Well, Aaron, this is a historic night, but in that first inning, you guys score for 4 runs only after Brett Weber and company think you need to challenge that Ben Rice fly ball. How huge was that part of the game very early on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, netted us a few more runs right out of the chute there and kind of got us off and started tonight offensively. And, yeah, a lot of guys obviously right in the middle of swinging the bat really well.
From that point on, how do you feel like the lineup pressured Falter?
I mean, just a ton of really good at bats, and guys that were hitting the ball out of the ballpark too. So, one of those nights where kind of everything's fallen. Felt like we were barreling stuff right from jump. I thought they were too. The first couple innings, there were a lot of hard hit balls. Some were on our side finding some gloves. So just obviously a really good night for the guys.
And because of that, it leads you to be able to take Cam Schlittler out after 77 pitches. Just your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, I thought he was okay. I thought they had a lot of good at bats against him and didn't have much to show for. Probably not his best stuff tonight. But you look up and it's 6 innings of 1-run baseball and really efficient. After a couple longer outings, his last 2, I was probably going shorter with him regardless tonight. So to have that kind of a lead. And him have a little bit, less from a strenuous outing was good.
It's the first time in Yankees history where all starters record at least 2 hits. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where usually there's always that guy that doesn't get it, and so that's I obviously didn't know that. I did see all the hits on the board, and I was like, man, that's. You don't see that very often. So obviously, and the 2 hits for everyone you've never seen. So great night offensively. Again, they hit a lot of balls really well.
Jazz was trying to get off the schneid there. I think he was the last one without a hit.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I thought he had 2 really good at bats too to start. He smoked the ball his first time up. That Caglione made a really good play in right center there, and then just missed a homer to left center. So he was having really good at bats. So I know he wanted to break through there, especially with one of those nights where obviously everyone was doing pretty well.
Royals have had some good teams over the years, and you guys just have absolutely dominated them. 13 in a row now, and you go back, it's crazy, the history recently. What's your take on how you guys have played against them?
Yeah, I don't know. I do. I think I know they've not got off to a great start necessarily this year, but I think you're going to look up in the summer and they're going to start playing a lot better baseball because, they have that guys that can, from a starting standpoint that is going to give them a chance to win each and every day, and they got good players over there. It's one of those things where, we've probably run into them at a good time where we've had some good series at different points. So, you play teams at different times of the year. It's just kind of the nature of the schedule sometimes.
For Cam to stay efficient and, keep his edge and stay in the strike zone, even when, the margin is so big, does that say something about his mentality?
Yeah, he was, I think he was kind of feeling for it a little bit in some ways tonight, but yeah, he's mentally strong and expects to, no matter what, still go out there and be effective, and he certainly was.
You talked about your depth here, and you put Rosario in there today, and big game for him too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he smoked the ball today. So he hit the homer, the ball he hits up the middle. The last one, the homer the other way, albeit position player. So, yeah, that's what he's capable of, and that's why he's here. To have those big at bats, especially against left-handed pitching, and one of the reasons we love him.
How hard is that to do? He hasn't played in 6 days. How hard is it to go out and do what he did?
That's another thing that stood out to me about him last year. Getting to know him a little bit, getting to watch him work. He's just really always prepared and does a really good job from a routine standpoint, whether he's playing every day or whether he's not or whether it's sparingly. He's always prepared. And, he had that last year where he went on the IL for like a 10-day stretch. I think it was the minimum. And, he came right back and was right back in the mix and right into the flow. And it's a testament to just how he prepares, I think.
Talking before the game, too, that you liked Rice's bats to see him get some results tonight. Nice to see.
Yeah, I thought Benny swung great tonight again. So that was, certainly good to see. But anytime, look, as hard as hitting is and as hard as it is now, night in and night out, to have a day where everyone, can fatten up a little bit is good.